Hey guys, welcome back to That Generator Guy for a part 2 on this generator that I thought was toast. I did want to show you. I don't know if it's gonna work yet. I'm hopeful, but just want to show you what I did. So if you recall in the last video, I was prying up under here, getting it moving. I decided to try one more thing. I got a socket that is about the same size. I'll just get you up close. So the same size as that ring right there. And then I punched the end of this with my dead blow and pushed it all the way in, and then I'd pry it all the way out and pushed it in as far as it would go, pry it out, and now it opens and closes. So that engine was still full of oil, so I put a rag in front of the spark plug hole and just gave it a bunch of good pulls. I actually didn't get much oil out, so it just kind of spread it thin, which is better than a puddle. So I'm gonna get, I just wanted to show you how that moves freely. I'm gonna repeat the process I was doing before after removing some of these aluminum shavings that happened while I was prying, but better than throwing the engine away. So all right, so basically reverse process. I already got the exhaust valve open, so I can go ahead and adjust the intake. The difference being from last time to this time is that I'm not adjusting the valve lash on a valve that's already open. Now we're adjusting one that's closed like you're supposed to do. Okay, so still have my 3/1000ths handy here. That does feel a little tight right now. I'm just going to tighten it up and see if it kind of pulls it in a little. Okay, that's super tight. Maybe this thing's in the way. Okay, don't do that. I just had it slip off on me while I'm sitting there playing with it, just testing it, and yeah, it slipped off. So I'm gonna say that's why they have such tight tolerances, is because you don't want it slipping off. I might loosen that just a hair. Oh yeah, okay. Cool. Good. Both opening and closing. So intake all the way open. Let's just check out when that, yep, towards the top is when that gets bumped. Okay, intake's fully open now, so we can go ahead and adjust the exhaust. I did take that off, so I'm gonna repeat that same process that I did, you know, cleaning everything with some brake cleaner. This takes forever. Ooh. And brake cleaner burns your cuts pretty good. All right. Grab one more towel. Just dry the threads off on these parts real quick. Cool. I'll put this back on. Try not to touch the threads with it. Awesome. I don't recommend doing that because if you go too hard, just don't do that. Yeah. Just really want to see if this thing turns on. If this does turn on, it's going to be very smoky. I think the gentleman must have tried to start it so much that a bunch of oil made its way past the rings and into the cylinder, and that's why it's so coated with oil in there. It's just not starting. So let's check our lash. There we go. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do, just take a little brake cleaner again, put it on a rag, and just kind of go over that mating surface for the gasket. And then this has a cork gasket. I'll probably just do the same. Just get any residual oil off of that. And then last thing to do, give some of these parts just a, let's see where it's at. There we go. A quick shot of oil. Just on some of these moving parts, especially I've been real rough with them. And some oil. Remember, we got off all the oil off this screw. Oh, getting oil all over. messy, but the engine likes it, so do it. Okay, here's our last step. We'll put this breather back in the valve cover. Put that sucker on there. That's a 10mm. Just get them bottomed out. Don't actually make them tight yet. Just in case this gasket underneath needs to move any to line up. Okay, this last one. Get them tight. Now hook it up to our ratchet. Confirm, okay. That's where it stops, and then we'll give it like just a little bump. That's where it stops, a little bump. So you don't want these overly tightened. You just want to feel where that, okay, that hard stop is, and then teeny tiny bump. Looks like his spark plug actually got nasty from that oil in there, even though it's brand new. So we'll just get all that gunk off there, and then while we have this out, I'll get my feeler gauge back out. So this generator specs, if you're going to use a Champion plug, that's the one he got, the RN9YC. Generally, I use torch plugs. So for a torch plug, it would be an F6 RTC. And then for NGK, I think it's BPR6HS. Okay, so we're going to go to 28 thousandths. And it's a little loose, so let's give that a little tap. Still a little loose. Perfect. All right, so now it's 28 thousandths is our gap. Good. Thread that sucker on there. Always get it started by hand first. Whenever try and use even like an extension, wherever possible, do not start it like that, because you can ruin the threads, because you're screwing into an aluminum head and they're just way too easy to mess up. Let me get my torque wrench. I am one of those people that does not like the feeling of a spark plug washer crushing. It freaks me out. Makes me think I want to strip it, so I just use the torque wrench. There we go. So I can tell he did not seat that washer, because it felt really just that eerily soft feeling. So I'll give it up to 12, and we'll go, there we go. I do 13 foot-pounds for these 14mm spark plugs. I do start at 10, just because it freaks me out, and I make sure there's no issues. And then once I get it to 10, I'll go 11, 12, 13, and then I stop. Anything beyond that is not necessary. Okay, I'm kind of excited. I think we should probably take this spark arrestor off first, just because this is going to be gross when it starts. It's going to make a lot of smoke. So let's do that really quick. If you can see that first of all. Okay, cool. Okay, just let it. Okay, screw number 1. And that one is not really accessible. They usually are. That sucks. Let's see, maybe I can just spin this out of the way. I can. Cool. So the way I'll grab this is usually with a magnet. But here we go. Just couldn't find it. Oh, dang it. There we go. Cool. We got this out. This is just, it should make a lot of brown and black smoke, so probably gonna take her outside. Alright, moment of truth. I might let it run for a little bit too, if it does start, just to get the gunk out. But we'll see. Okay, on, choke. Okay, so it works. It makes electricity. It does not work unless it's choked. So the carburetor definitely does need to be cleaned. I'll probably save that for a part 3, because right now it's like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning actually, and I'd like to go to bed. But pretty awesome that this thing lives. All right, take care.